Hello and welcome everybody. We are Grizzly Research, and today we published a critical report about Alpine 4 Holdings Incorporated. The company is traded on the OTC Market Exchange under the ticker ALPP. This is just an elevator pitch. You want to make sure that you check out the whole report with all the details on our website. You also want to make sure that you check out our disclaimer carefully. We're just stating our opinions here. Now, what is really going on? ALPP is a small company, used to be a microcap for a long time, and then the stock really skyrocketed after an acquisition of a small drone company late last year. Management soon decided to acquire another drone company. They're putting out press releases at a record pace and are also putting out statements such as that these drone companies will, in their opinion, generate several $1 billion of revenue in the future. We were of course skeptical and we looked into it. So we visited the facilities of the first drone company that they acquired, Impossible Aerospace Corp, and the facilities were empty. There was nobody. Neighbors told us that there hadn't been any testing for years. The company stopped working entirely in February 2020 when COVID hit, and then in June they were back for just a couple of weeks just to pack up everything, and nobody has been back since. The property that we found actually matches the description that ALPP gives, but is owned by somebody else. There's also the sign of another company over the door, and we also saw that this property had been up for lease not too long ago. What really confirmed our suspicion that Impossible is essentially defunct company is the fact that we saw that all management but Spencer Gore, the CEO, essentially left the company just months before the acquisition by ALPP. There's nobody left there. We reached out to the company a couple of times, tried to buy something. There's no sales rep. There's nobody that wants to talk to you. We believe this company is essentially defunct, and statements that project billions of dollars of revenue are just entirely misleading in our opinion. The second company that ALPP acquired, second drone company, Vayu Inc, is also in our opinion no better. We don't believe that this is an economically feasible venture. The company Vayu had some attention in the past. That got a grant from the Melinda Gates Foundation for $100,000. The idea was that the drones would be used to deliver medicine in hard to reach areas, to economically disadvantaged people. And while this is a noble idea, we don't think that this is an economically feasible concept and looks more like a non-profit organization to us. It's just also confirmed by the fact that everybody almost all people that work at Vayu are working there part-time. It really looks more like a non-profit organization to us, as opposed to something that will generate several $1 billion of revenue in the future. Now, ALPP and ALPP's management have a history of doing things like that. They have a history of acquiring companies, then making very lofty projections, and then under-delivering terribly. We also believe that ALPP's management is essentially shambolic in nature. In our report, you want to read all the details, but we believe we have caught the management red-handed in many outright lies. They dramatically overstate revenue projections. The CEO is constantly obfuscating and misrepresenting, in our opinion, his education history. Key manager Tim Garcia was charged and even pled guilty to conspiracy and committing healthcare fraud. And these are just a bunch of red flags that retail investors seem to be unaware of. Now, in closing, I want to caution retail investors that there's a lot of chatter on social media right now that this is a great company here, but the company has received several investments from institutional investors and also a lot of what we believe to be toxic convertible notes, and these institutional investors are getting shares right now very, very cheaply, and we are afraid are unloading these shares right now on retail investors at largely inflated prices. So in closing, you want to be careful out there when you invest, and thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.